Okay, guys, so we are finally here today. I'm starting a little bit late. My apologies. We're just kind of, I don't really have an excuse. I'm just kind of hanging out. Um, is Uber going green? Do I need to change my title, bro? Uber did go green. I got to change my title now, dude. All right, we're going to change our title to Uber Gaps on Earnings now. All right, so now we're going to change our description as well. Hey, thank you for that. Because honestly, I would have had the wrong title here. Hey, what's up, Yair? Let me put this title up. All right, guys. So look at Uber. Uber released numbers. Let me figure out exactly what their numbers were. I'm pretty sure Uber. Let me find this. Hold on. Today's kind of boring, in all honesty. Like, we got a bunch of stuff tomorrow. Uber posted 10-cent loss per share on 9.29 billion. So they missed EPS, beat revenue, mixed results. I'm gonna put up this number in chat so you guys can see it. Datadog released their numbers as well. We're gonna look at those numbers quickly too here. But you can see Uber Tech revenue came in at 9.3 versus 9.5 estimate. So Uber missed on both, I guess. I'm showing different numbers for third quarter revenue. I'm just going to put the first one up. But this is what I have for them. Again, third quarter EPS 10-cent, missed the 11-cent estimate. They're actually going up now, though. They're up to $49 a share for Uber. They're rising right now. Datadog, DDOG, flying up to $100. This thing's up 25% right now from 80 to 100, 25% gain. My math is right. That's 25%, right? If they went 100 to 120, that would be 20% because 20 of 100 is 20%. But because they are up 20 out of 80, that's one fourth. That's 25%. So yeah, my math is right. Datadog up 25% right now from their earnings report. We'll post these numbers to show you guys what these are showing as well. Datadog posted guidance as well. They posted EPS that beat, revenue that beat, and good guidance. Way better guidance than expected for Datadog here. We'll put those numbers up in chat. Again, the reason Datadog is up this much is from guidance. Um, you can see this guidance number here for Datadog. Um, all right. So what's up, Ricky? What's up? Uber guidance also. Yeah, Uber. I'm trying to see what they posted for earnings. Bro, I don't know what to do with my son, man. Um, dude, he just like we brought him to jujitsu yesterday, and he just melts down, dude. I don't know what to do with him. All right, let me look at Uber Outlook. Yeah, Datadog flying up. That should help tech too. Uber sees fourth quarter gross bookings from 36.5 to 37.5, adjusted EBITDA of 1.18 to 1.24. So there's the earnings guidance for Uber. You can see their gross bookings came in. EBITDA came in. Third quarter monthly active platform consumers came in at 142% or 142 million, up 15% year over year. Global member base is 15 million for Uber. Yeah, let me get some music playing. I'm definitely not watching. Wall Street loves Uber. Oh no, for sure, dirt bike. We do. No, he didn't attack anybody else. Like he's not that way. Like we brought him to jujitsu, and so we brought him to jujitsu, and anything he's good at immediately, like he's naturally skilled at, it's not a problem, right? But and I'm not gonna say he's pretty naturally like he's got a good base. Like he's hard to take down, even from the other kids who have been there. Um, but like and like people would try to sweep him from guard, and he would like stay up and stuff like that. But that was after a while. So like when we first bring him there, one of the other kids goes up to him and they're like, "Hey, you're the kid that had that uh, that like yelled at everybody that one day." Because basically Jack went there and just freaked out one day, And as soon as that kid walked up to him and said that, and I think the kid was actually trying to be kind of nice to him and trying to be like, "Hey, I remember you." Um, Jack just refused to go. He like walked away. He went outside. He refused to go. He started walking around in the parking lot. I had to like bring him inside, you know. And then basically after that, it was just like pulling teeth. It was just so difficult to get him to go back in and like participate. It's like, and I told him about this. I was like, bro, like you say you're embarrassed, right? But like there's like 25 kids doing jumping jacks, like, doing jumping jacks in the middle of the floor, you know. There's like 25 kids all doing jumping jacks, right? So you think if he was embarrassed, he would just fit into that. He would just start doing jumping jacks. But no, he literally lays on the floor limp with his hands up, refusing to get up in front of everybody, to the point where I got to look at him and be like, "Bro, get your butt up there." And and then he's like, "Oh, I'm so embarrassed." I was like, "Bro, you're embarrassed because you laid on the floor when everybody else was doing jumping jacks. If you would have just done jumping jacks, nobody would have noticed you, you know?" And so it's just kind of like when he doesn't want to do something, he just gets incredibly stubborn. And then towards the second half of the class, he did fine. He was joking and laughing with the other kids and like having a good time. I sent my daughter out there. What I did was I sent my daughter out there because my daughter was there too. I sent her out there and I was like, "Look, Maddie, you go up to Jack and you tell him if he doesn't participate, he's not watching TV, playing video games for a month, you know?" And she goes up there and tells him that. And then as soon as she tells him that, immediately he starts acting right. But it doesn't last very long, And it's just kind of like, man. Anyways, I'm bringing him back to today. He's going to go every day until he gets used to it. I'm just going to expose him to this, until exposure therapy, until he gets used to it. Ugh. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm monetized. Yeah, I'm monetized. I'm pretty sure I am. All right, let me get some music playing here. Sorry. I hope you guys lose everything, gamblers. I mean, to be honest, yeah, for sure. I mean, to be honest, we're not really even like a super day trading stream. Like, go tell the day traders that. I'm a day trader, like, don't get me wrong, but this stream's more of like a pre-market stock news stream. It's never really been a day trading stream. We're mostly covering economic reports, Powell, economic stuff, CPI, PPI, stuff like that, right? It's not like we're like pure day trading. You know what I mean? And I think people like, again, whoever said that, we ended up banning him. But like, he's a great example for everybody at home, guys. Like, you want an example of somebody who's not introspective whatsoever and blames everybody else for their losses? That's your boy right there, because that's what happens. Like, traders, it's very difficult to be introspective and be like, "Yo, I lost because I made a bunch of dumb decisions," right? And it happens to every trader. It really does. It happens to literally every trader out there. You're losing because you're making bad decisions. It's not my fault for sure. You guys know me. I don't tell you guys to do freaking anything. Anybody says, "Hey, John, is it going to be sunny tomorrow?" I say, "I don't know." And so, but again, you got some traders who just blame everybody else for everything. Usually it's because they're really emotional about losing a bunch of money. But again, if you're following a channel called Beginner Trading, who's also telling you not to copy him and that he doesn't know what's going to happen, and then you lose money and you're blaming him, you might not be introspective. Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, that's right, Cameron. Uh, take a big oil leverage short SEO so far. I don't know about bullish or bearish. Yesterday we kind of had a flat day. So yeah, yesterday the market was pretty neutral. Today the market's pretty neutral. Nothing really going on. Bond yields were pretty flat too, but bond yields, oil down slightly. But kind of a neutral day here. Like not really much is going on. The only big like moving thing is oil. Oil's moving down a lot. So oil is very volatile. Uh, but on the downside, so oil looking weak. Um, Q Q's mostly flat today. It ended the day mostly flat too. So what that shows us is tech was mostly flat. Nvidia flat, Microsoft flat. Microsoft actually ripping up today. I didn't see how much Microsoft was up. We did have some tech stocks that showed some positive results. Datadog on the right side again, gapping up about 25%. Big gap up here. Uber ended up posting, I think, mixed results, but good guidance, and they're up on that. Datadog up 25%. You can see Microsoft, maybe it's related to tech in some way, flying up to like 359s. So that looks good. And again, I'm going to do a poll here and ask you guys, does the market close green this week? Green or red this week? Buddy, hold on. Vote in the poll. There's the poll right there. Hold on one second. All right. All right, I'm here. Yeah, I mean, CT, no offense, man. And again, Pawn and I actually mentioned that like you have been kind of like again acting like it's hard for me to explain what it is, but like you can kind of tell when people turn. Um, and I think it is what it is, but I think you're misunderstanding. My guess was that you might have been wrong about potential direction. And in the end, I think the way you have to look at it is that what I disagree with, people can make predictions. I tell people all the time they can make predictions. Uh, I tell people all the time, like people can make predictions. That's perfectly fine. What I tell people not to do is make definitive statements. Because again, if you look at all the definitive statements that people have made on my stream, they've been wildly wrong. Wildly wrong. Anytime they've said this is going to happen, and then I'm like, hey, well, maybe that doesn't happen. Maybe that's not going to happen. Then ultimately they just end up being wrong and denying it or deleting their account or whatever it is. I know. Well, it's fine, man. Again, I'm gonna avoid the drama, CT, and just kind of get it over with. Rip the band-aid off. Good day to you, sir. Yeah, nobody knows what will happen again, and I try to protect like traders from being emotionally pressured into doing specific things, and that takes a little bit of time. It really does. That takes time. Yeah, you're gonna lose money, 100%. That's just part of life, bro. Again, that's part of life. That's part of everything. Again, trading specifically is like that. And again, it's not my fault. It's nobody else's fault. I tell people what I think will happen for sure, right? But what I don't tell them is something is going to happen, and I always preface it with like, "Yo, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I might be wildly wrong about everything." And I do that for a reason because I don't. I'm trying to be the anti-guru. I don't want to be a guru out here giving stock picks or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I think what one thing people miss is that like I have the chat logs, right? So like I can go back and see what people are saying, and like with people, again, my guess here, and this is just a guess, I might be wildly wrong about this. My guess is that CT has a couple different accounts that he uses, right? And over time, maybe one of his other accounts gets banned, and you know what I mean, and now he's kind of like it's hard to explain, but maybe I'm wrong. Again, either way, when I look at the chat logs, you can see who's truly supportive and who's kind of sitting there waiting to pick apart what you say. Good morning, John. Music. Can y'all not hear the music? My bad, dude. I have the music on. Y'all just can't hear it. Um, what's your take on Rivian? Rivian had his earnings tomorrow, so um, Rivian has earnings tomorrow. So I have no idea. I don't trust Rivian as a company, but I also think it's one of the most successful EV brands. So like I think it's one of the most successful EV brands outside of Tesla, but I still think it's light years away from Tesla. You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure. Earnings today, bro. Yeah, we had Uber, man. And again, Uber posted good results. Datadog is probably the best stock today for earnings. They are flying up on earnings. Like they're making big moves. I've seen trolls here, but sometimes you spot them flashily. Yeah, I mean, again, the market is so I'm very quick to ban people, you know, and again, I'll admit that. Of course, I'm very quick to ban people. But again, like, I got troubles going on with my son. My son's in here this morning. It's just not the day to be, you know, to be sitting there looking for stuff wrong. You know what I mean? Like, you'll get banned quickly today. I probably shouldn't even say that because that might make trolls come out even worse. But it's all good. You know, you got to ban people sometimes. It's all love here. You know, they're banned forever, but it's all love. Sorry, checking everything else. Can y'all hear the music now? You should be able to. Yeah. Again, I'm just not playing with trolls today. Too early to start, you know. And the other thing is, if y'all see me venting about stresses regarding my son, and y'all come out and just find some weird, obscure thing to criticize me about, you know, you're just gonna get banned. Not the day. Yeah, Datadog up 25%. But yeah, if it was something in which, like, it wasn't like somebody that I've already has been on my radar for kind of like sitting around waiting to find things wrong. Like, I told Pawn about this not too long ago. You can ask Pawn. Like, I was like, hey man, this guy is starting to look a little bit weird. Like, he's just kind of sitting around looking to critique, you know, and this started like weeks ago. And so you kind of start to spot him early. And then after a certain point, it's just kind of like, all right, you know, time to go. Yeah, I'm like Oprah with bans. You get a ban. You get a ban. John, you got chat logs from everything I've written. Can I get a character reference? Hey, top 3 chat log holders in the world right now. I think Microsoft get 500. Microsoft's up a lot. I don't know why it's up. Microsoft. I guess Microsoft's probably up on the. Did anybody see the AI conference yesterday? The OpenAI, which is Microsoft. Microsoft owns, I think, a majority stake of OpenAI, if I remember correctly. I know they put out like 10 bill for OpenAI in the past 12 months. So Microsoft owns a majority of OpenAI, I believe, right? And so with that, we had that OpenAI dev conference yesterday. I wasn't able to cover it because, to be honest, like I said, I got stresses going on my end, but. Yeah, it could be Chat GPT, 4.5 GPT leaked. Hey, all good, Brandon. Yeah, it was on YouTube, the OpenAI conference. So it was on YouTube. We actually got a pretty nice burst of people here. We almost have 300 already, and we started the stream like 20 minutes ago. So what's up, guys? Oh, man. Again, I don't know how long we're going to stream today. Yesterday and today are going to be kind of slower days. Tomorrow's going to be big. The rest of the week's really busy, though. Except for, like, Friday, I believe. But we might have something going on Friday. Let me see. I know we have... All right, so to put it into perspective, guys, just to give you a rundown on this week. Okay, so Friday we got some stuff, but tomorrow we have Powell opening remarks. I can't remember exactly where he's doing the opening remarks, but we're going to stream that live. It's at 9:15 market time. 9:15 market time for Powell. We're going to have wholesale inventories. And then tomorrow evening, we've got AMC, Disney earnings tomorrow evening, right? This morning we had Uber, Datadog. Let me go ahead and post this. All right, so yeah, we had Uber, Datadog, Celsius. I haven't even posted Twitter yet. So yeah, Datadog up on earnings beat, increased guidance. Plus Uber gapping on earnings as well. Others include Celsius, CELH, EHI, MLCO, VTNR, PLNT, Planet Fitness. Honestly, I didn't even know Planet Fitness was a public company. DBH, ACMR. So Uber, Datadog. All right, so we got those. Yeah, Twitter's still going crazy. A 1.5 million SF skyscraper AT&T Tower in St. Louis is being auctioned with a starting bid of $2.5 million, or less than $2 a square foot. The building was sold by AT&T to a real estate investment trust for $205 million, right? So that literally is freaking, wow. That is literally 100x less. Troubles began not long after the sale in 2006. St. Louis is what it is, bro. St. Louis has turned pretty big to the downside in terms of like the economy there, I think. Same thing with like a lot of other places, but Datadog flying up. Microsoft is gapping up. I don't know if it's up from the conference, but yeah, Datadog flew up 25%. Uber's still trying to hold. Celsius EPS of 89 beat 38 cent, revenue of 385. Yeah, Celsius killed it. I've seen a lot of Celsius. Like Celsius is getting in with the young people, like a lot. You know, that's definitely one of the things. It's like they're getting in with young people. Yeah, I heard about Grok AI and QR coding. St. Louis is pretty though, man. They've got the big, like I actually like St. Louis. I've been there a couple times. It's really nice. It's kind of nice. Let me rephrase. It's okay. It's not like, it's not like the most beautiful city ever, but like there's some cool stuff there. Freaking bots. But yeah, Uber did well for earnings. All right, how you doing? All right, sorry. I trade equities mostly, James. Not really much of an options trader. John, have you ever heard of Invitation Homes, and what is your opinion on institutions owning and renting houses? I think that institutions owning or renting houses is a normal business. I think like you have to understand like buying real estate, gold, the S&P 500, stocks in general, right, are all inflation hedges that companies are going to take advantage of. Like the big thing that retail traders miss out on, like the big overarching point of investing that retail traders miss out on. Like a lot of people are really skeptical of markets. They're really skeptical of investing because of mostly the news and the risks associated, like Bernie Madoff and the Big Short movie and the 2008 crash and the 1987 crash. And so a lot of people, when they hear stocks, they just avoid it because they think it's risky. And to a certain degree, they're right. To be honest, to a certain point, they're right. But what you have to understand about money in economies is that your job, when you put money into anything, is to keep up with inflation. That is your sole purpose of it. That is what they use it for. That's what businesses use it for. That's what investors use it for, is to keep up with inflation. Now, you got a lot of different options for that, and some of them historically perform better than others, but it doesn't get around the point that all of these things are just using it. People are using these things to keep up with people are using these things to keep up with inflation, right? Because your dollar is going to be devalued over time. Your dollar is going to be devalued over time. And so, if you look at like gold, and this is something I say all the time, gold has 6x'd, maybe over 6. It's gone up 6 times its previous value over the last 25 years. If you look at gold right now, that's one of the historical, great cases for inflation hedging is gold. If you look at gold chart, here's gold futures. You can kind of see if I zoom out here and I go back to, 2000, 23, 24 years ago, gold was at $280 a share. Right, so $280 a share. If we do some simple math here and we see gold's at about 2,000 right now, gold has gone up 7 times its value since 2000. Where it was in 2000. 2000 it was at $260. Now it's almost $2,000. It's gone up over 7x its value. Right? If you look at real estate prices have done similar things. Right? You know why? It's because back in the 80s you get a house for $50K. Now that same house is going to be, $500K to a certain extent, maybe $250K. So at least 5x, right? But these are all you're using these to keep up with inflation. And that's the thing people miss. Like people sit on cash. That's one of the biggest mistakes you could ever make, is just sitting on cash long term. You are literally just throwing money away if you sit on cash long term. And so businesses do the same thing. Businesses buy real estate, they buy gold, they buy individual stocks, they invest in the S&P 500 because businesses sit on a lot of cash. They sit on mountains of cash. A lot of businesses do, at least. And so in that regard, you have to think about it in the same mindset. What are they going to do? They're going to try to keep up with inflation at the very bare minimum. And how are they going to do that? They're going to buy real estate. They're going to buy gold. They're going to invest in the S&P, the NASDAQ, different individual stocks. That's what they do it for. Now there's also crypto that you can add into the mix. Damn, bro, hit the nail on the head. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. It's just, again, I know a lot of people that sit on cash, and I always tell them the same thing. At the very least, buy bonds. Like, sit on bonds. Then you can buy short-term bonds if you don't want to sit on it for that long, or if you need, liquid money. Like short-term bonds right now, like what's a 1-year treasury bill going to give you? 1-year treasury bill right now is going to give you, I mean, I think the yield, when you hear yield curve inversion, right? And a lot of people say a yield curve inversion is like a really bad sign. You'll hear yield curve inversion, like all these different things. Right now, I'm showing 5.3%. In which that might, and if it is that, the yield curve is still inverted then, because that's still way, better than the current 10-year yield. So 5.33%. And so anyways, you invest, the point is, you buy a year bond, which is called a treasury bill, right? The way it works, like bonds I get them mixed up, and everybody does, but short-term bonds are called bills. I think medium-term bonds are called notes, and then long-term bonds are called bonds, right? I think that's right, but I'm not 100% sure. A great year for us traders. I don't know about 2024. You know, the problem, like the thing you guys also have to understand about all of this is that rate hikes have a lagging effect. Let me see if I can find a graph on what the Fed has done. Let me see. A decision graph. Let me see if there is a graph. There should be one. Okay, here's one. No, this isn't actually it. Trading Economics has a pretty good one. Okay, yeah, here we go. All right, so we have been pausing, right? If you look at this graph from Trading Economics, right? Here's a good one. So you can see here, right? So the first thing to understand how to interpret this graph, okay? Like to understand how to interpret this graph, you need to understand a couple things. The first one is that rate hikes are a delayed thing. So rate hikes have a lag. At minimum, for rate hikes to really influence things, it's going to take at least a year, okay? And so, with all that in mind, when we zoom out back to the same period a year ago, which is right around here, right? That's a year ago. You can see we raised rates each cycle. 50 basis points, 50 basis points, 25 basis points, 25 basis points, 25 basis points. We skipped a couple meetings, raised another 25 basis points, and as you guys know, we've been pausing or skipping moving forward from that, right? But again, these are delayed. The rate hikes, number one, the first thing to understand about rate hikes is that they are going to affect banking. You know, the whole point of them is to make banking more expensive so that the banks raise interest rates to consumers, and then consumers stop spending as much because interest rates are higher, and then thus businesses lower prices to compensate for the consumers not spending as much, and that combats inflation. That's what they do. And so I guess the point that I'm trying to make here is that these rate hikes, these rate hikes are still going to affect banking. They're still going to affect banks. We're going to see the effects of that. And we haven't seen all the effects of the rate hikes that we've gotten over this entire period of time. Like, we have not seen the entire effects of these rate hikes. And so that's still to come. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean like, the optimistic part is that it should do more damage to inflation, and that might give people optimism regarding the economy. But again, rate hikes affect banking. And when they do, again, the reason we had the mortgage disaster this past March was because of rate hikes to a certain extent. And so I guess the point is, there's a chance. I hope we have a big run in 2024, but it's certainly not guaranteed. It's certainly not guaranteed. We don't really have any data. We have import-export prices, I'm pretty sure, today, but it's nothing like big. What do you think about annuity or annuity? Hold on, let me check earnings.
Oh no, you're talking about annuity contracts. I thought there was a company called Annuity. I don't really mess with these that much. I don't really I don't know what do annuities. Maybe this is this is one of the I don't really know about annuities, to be honest, very much. But what do they pay? You know, I've heard about these before. Okay, so if you invest $50,000 into an annuity, they pay you about $247 a month for life. Okay, so let me get this straight. If I invest $200,000, they're going to pay me $1,000 a month for the rest of my life. I mean, this might only be true if you're old. No offense. If I'm going to live over 20 years, which, you know. Also, we got a Topstep X that we're going to be playing with today for sure. Yeah, I mean, again, the problem, like, with this, though, okay, so if we're looking at this, right, like, the problem with annuity, here's the real issue that I see with them so far, right, is, like, take the argument that I just recently talked about, right, like, take the argument in terms of your money losing value over time, and you look at these annuity contracts with the same mindset, right? What does that mean? Does anybody know? Chat, what do you think that means? Now, there's ways to hedge it, I guess, and to, like, eliminate what I'm trying to say, but I want to see if the chat is following me here. What does that mean? Yeah, I have to look at Schwab's annuity calculator. Let me see. Yeah, I'm looking at my date of birth too. I think you got to put in, because, like, I'm younger than a lot of people who are gonna do this, I'm sure. I'm in Texas. Say again. Okay, so again, so the question I have to you guys, I'm trying to see if y'all are following along with me, right? So remember what I said about inflation, right? And now what does that have? Like, I think there's a specific lens you have to look at these annuity contracts under as well. And what I was trying to say, and what I was asking you guys, is what is that lens? Like, why should we look at, like, how should we analyze this? What I mean is that you have to look at these annuity contracts with inflation in mind, right? Because, like, okay, if I invest $300,000 and I get $1,500 a month basically for life, right? Which is a pretty good deal, in all honesty. $1,500 a month for life at my age is a pretty good deal. You know, but you have to take this into account of inflation, right? So in 20 years, $1,500 is going to be noticeably less money, right? It's going to be noticeably less money. It's not going to be that much money in 20 years. Like this, just like, you know, one of the reasons even getting a mortgage, if rates are good, can be a hedge against inflation is simple, right? So, like, when you get a mortgage, if rates are good, which they're not right now, right? But say you get a normal rate at 3.5%, let's just say somewhere in the middle, right? 3.5%. Even a mortgage can even if you don't have cash, even if you get a mortgage, it can be a hedge against inflation. How? How is that a hedge against inflation as well? Because your mortgage, like say you're paying right now, say you're paying $1,000 a month, and it's a 30-year mortgage. So in 15, 20 years, over time, just like sitting on cash, $1,000 a month is going to be less significant of money. You know what I mean? So like as time goes on, you should be getting paid more, and $1,000 is going to be less significant in money. And so even getting a mortgage on a home is an inflation hedge to a certain extent as well. But I don't know. Annuity contracts seem interesting. But the problem is that they don't adjust for inflation or increase or decrease with inflation, right? But you could always hedge with that. And again, what I mean is like you could always take your annuity checks each month and then put it into some inflation hedging thing like gold or real estate or the S&P or bonds or whatever you want to use to do that. But again, it's more work. Anyways, Uber at 48. And again, guys, like I said, I got a little bit less patience today. Dealing with stuff with my son. Put it in perspective, my son is not going to school. We've talked to his school and he's doing distance learning. And it's like, we don't have a break. It's exhausting. So I'm going to be in a worse mood. If you troll me today, like I said, you'll probably get banned. Yeah, retirement doesn't seem like a bad move. Public annuities adjust for inflation, but I don't know anything about private. Bitcoin's still at 35K here, still at 35K. Again, Datadog, one of the biggest movers. If we look at the SPY, right, the SPY is down a lot more than the S&P. And so what's dragging the SPY down is my question. Let me see if I can find a heat map today. Let me see if I can find one, right? Because something's dragging. Let's check them out. See, is this for today or yesterday? Let me see. Apple, it says Apple is up 1.46%. Okay, so yeah, this is from yesterday, but I want a pre-market heat map, dude. Does Benzinga have one? Let me see. Like, I'd love a pre-market heat map. That would be incredibly useful. I know some plot, maybe Benzinga does. Let me see. Charts, research, details. Anybody know if Benzinga has a heat map? Yeah, Powell speaks tomorrow as well as Powell speaks tomorrow as well as Thursday. Thursday he's doing a panel at 2. Tomorrow he speaks in the morning. Where's the heat map on markets? I'm just gonna have to Google this. So here's the stock heat map. See, this is the same though. None of it is pre-market. It still says Apple's up 1.46%, and Apple is down in pre-market, like much more than that. And so this is I want pre-market today. I don't want yesterday. Okay, look, I can look at performance over the last hour. Last 4 hours. Okay, yeah, I could use a 4-hour heat map, but see, it's still wrong. It still says Apple is up 0.5%, which is not. It says Amazon is up 0.3%, which might be right. Tesla up 1.6%, which is wrong. So yeah, these aren't even correct. Okay, there we go. If you go to pre-market change, you can see it, and so I can see it now. So there we go. All right, so again, so you can see here, one of the things I'm noticing is that the Q is down much less than the actual SPY, right? So the S&P, which is a little bit less tech heavy today, is down much more than the Q, which is more tech heavy. So what this means is technology stocks are doing better. What I see right now, Amazon up 0.9% or 0.09%, Nvidia down almost 1%, Meta down 0.1%. Microsoft is helping drag the market up, and Microsoft is one of the more heavily weighted stocks. But generally, there's some. I'm trying to see what else is going on today. Disney up a little bit. Procter and Gamble. So yeah, tech mostly driven by Microsoft, Datadog, Uber are up a little bit today. My guess is just maybe Datadog and Uber, or Datadog and Microsoft. What other tech stocks are up that are helping drag the market up, though? I guess the question. What are banks doing as well? How have banks? I haven't been watching banks lately. All right, so look at the Q start to move. Again, maybe chat knows better than I do. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Beach? Celsius earnings. Yeah, Celsius killed it, man. Again, Celsius, the drinks, I think they taste horrible. I don't think they taste good, but they got a lot of caffeine. But Celsius up to 190s right now. What's the benefit of trading the E-mini versus the S&P? The E-mini has no PDT rule. So you can day trade, short it, buy market, buy bid, sell ask, just like stocks and pre-market. But there's no PDT rule. You're not restricted by the pattern day trading rule is what it is. Seems like real estate is the key. Real estate is good. Diversification is really the key, right? So like real estate can be good, right? But diversification is really what you want to do. So you want to, like, Warren Buffett talks about this, but you want to dip into a little bit of everything. So Warren Buffett is really the one who talks about diversification a lot, and with him among a lot of other people. But when you invest in one specific sector, one specific trading vehicle, there's obviously risks with that. You know what I mean? So if you invest in only one specific thing, there's risks. You know, you invest only in real estate, the real estate market could crash and not rebound for a while. You invest only in the S&P could crash and not rebound for a while. And so generally, if you're trying to build a true inflation hedging portfolio that you're holding for long term, meaning like over 10 years, you want to take a little bit, in my opinion, this is what I would do. And again, I might be wrong. I would buy a little bit of gold, a little bit of the S&P 500, a little bit of NASDAQ, a little bit of real estate, a little bit of bonds, you know, maybe a little bit of annuities just to have guaranteed income. And that way, no matter what happens, you're good. You're safe. John, surprised you're not taking NASDAQ trades. Yeah, I'm going to be trading again on Topstep X today. Yeah, we got trade balance data. We also have, we got a bunch of stuff, to be honest. We got trade balance data. We have import-export prices, which is trade balance data. But, you know. Mm. Oh yeah, it's Black Friday today. Go check out. Yeah, sorry, I'm checking out chart primes. New indicator with ranges. Let's try it. We're on Trading View. Let's check out the E-mini. Honestly, I've had much better results trading the NASDAQ recently, though. Let's see, my favorites, trading ranges. Let's try this out. Target. Interesting. Yeah, look at Q ripping up. So tech, guys, tech. What is dragging the tech market up? Is it Apple? No. Apple's up a little bit. It's Microsoft. No. Is it Nvidia? Maybe. Not really. What else is dragging tech up? The Q up specifically. Anybody know? Microsoft, Nvidia, Tesla. I mean, they're all moving up slightly, but it's not really anything big. Google. Hey, nice, man. I'm still holding some pretty, like a decent portfolio of Google too. My average price on Google is 128.50. So I actually held Google through a lot of this bearish action. You can kind of see I'm still in Google. I actually held it through this bearish action, and we're up almost $100 here. Our average price is 128.50. So we held it through this big monstrous dip here, and then we're still not quite back, but we held it through this big gap down. We were already up. Luckily, we were already up prior to the trade. So I think I'm just going to let this ride. No need to sell it yet. Looking at our poll here, 55% think we're going to end green this week. What do you think of Rivian? I think Rivian drops earnings. Is it today? When is Rivian earnings out? Is it today or tomorrow? Oh, it's today. So Rivian drops earnings today. I've streamed Rivian earnings before, but it was like in the heyday of their strength. You know what I mean? And so it's just been a while, and they've lost a lot of interest and hype. So I'm thinking about streaming Rivian earnings, but I also think that they've lost a lot of interest. All right, so we got a little dip here. Part of me wants to buy the NASDAQ. I think BG said it too. Let me again, maybe we will. Again, I've got access to Topstep X today. Topstep X is dope, dude. There's the NASDAQ. You know what's really dope about Topstep X is that you can pivot between the NASDAQ and they'll give you the most recent one. It's kind of just a market order. So like, look at this. Got the all right, team. I could put in a daily loss limit too. That's nice. I have to build a layout. All right, guys. So yeah, I'm checking out everything else too. We're trading on Topstep X as well. I was thinking about buying this dip right at the previous closing price. Look at Google. Look at Google still moving up. Sorry, I'm playing with this Topstep X platform. Let's zoom this out. X. Topstep order. Yeah, so again, we're thinking about adding some to this here. So again, this is our first day trading this 150K combine that we have now. I'm gonna buy a little bit of this, just playing with it. All right, so we got one contract of the NASDAQ here. This is Topstep X, their new platform. We're gonna buy the little dip, up $10. 5. Give it time to bounce a little bit more here. 15. Flat. A 5-minute chart. Still a 1-minute chart up there. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever traded on there. I like the dip buy opportunity, but it depends on if the queue is going to follow it up. We're flat right now on the position, you can see. Now we're green a little bit. I don't think you can switch. I think you have to sign up to a new combine. I'm pretty sure. I don't think they let you switch in the middle of combines. I think you have to stick with one platform throughout the whole thing. But next time you want to reset, instead of resetting, just again use my link. And you know, again, if you want to check out Topstep, here's the link. I don't know if you have access to it right now, though. They might not let you, let traders have access to it. I have early access because they're a partner of mine. But again, if you want to check it out and try it, there's the link. All right, so we're up 20 right now. Again, we need a little bit more than this to make it worthwhile. We got a little cushion though. That's nice, but flat on the day. It seems nice to me though. Like it's pretty cool, pretty intuitive. Here we go, 25. Nice little pop. There's 25. This next candle is when we'll try to take profit if it pops. All right, so just locked it in. I like it because it calculates commissions. You know, so let's see if we can see our P&L. Orders, trades. Okay, so yeah, we made 30. So yeah, the dope thing about Topstep X is that they actually add the fees to it all together. So we made $30 on that trade. We're up about 27 on the account. Pretty nice though. Well, yeah, they've never let you switch platforms right in the middle of it. That sounds like a disaster. You know what I mean? That sounds like a huge headache for them if they let people switch and they have to send everybody a new password, new username, all that stuff. That just seems like a huge headache. I understand why they don't. All right, so again, we bought the Q. Basically, what you just saw me trading here is the Q, right? It's the NASDAQ is what the Q is. So the Q is an ETF, right? Just like the SPY is an ETF, but there's an underlying asset that it's based around, and the Q is based around the NASDAQ 100. What you just saw me trade is the NASDAQ 100, basically the Q, and I bought it right around this previous close for a bounce in futures. And there's no PDT in futures. You could day trade short, buy market, buy bid, sell the ask, just like stocks, but there's no PDT in futures. You can day trade short, no PDT restrictions. And Topstep is a funded program. So they give you a demo and they test your skill. And if you can hit targets on the demo, so they give you like a profit target and a max loss. If you could pass that test, the base one's 50K demo. If you can hit 3K without losing over 2K, they fund you 50K. If you follow their rules, they fund you 50K with a 90% split. So once you get funded with that 50K account, if you make 10K, you get to keep 9 of that. 9 out of 10, they get to keep 1,000 since they're funding you that money. You also get to keep your first 10,000 in profit. They have free funding coaches, tons of great resources. It's a great way to learn day trading with less risk, in my opinion. I'm not saying there always is less risk. Of course, if you buy 1,000 combines, you know, but in general, it's going to be a lot less risky putting up $49 instead of putting in thousands in futures like you need to and risking that. That just seems like a really risky thing, and most day traders lose. And so this is one of the ways you can have a little bit less risky of a time learning day trading. You still have some pressure to succeed, but it's not the full extent of putting up thousands yourself. And I think that's a huge benefit and a great way to learn trading. So if you want to check it out, here's the link. They are a sponsor of mine. I'm definitely biased, of course, but you can check them out. Again, my buy signal, the reason I decided to buy it here, right, just to show you this trade, is the previous closing price. So again, the previous closing price is the red to green level. With technical trading, I purely look at what everybody else is looking at. You know, so I want to find levels, indicators, whatever you want to use that have a heavy amount of other traders watching them. You know, one of my favorites is the previous closing prices because it's the red to green level on a chart. So many different people watch it. And so when we make this big rip up on the NASDAQ and then pull back to it, there's a pretty high probability, in my opinion, that we're going to bounce right there. You know, so that's the dip buy I got into on the NASDAQ. I waited for us to pull back to that, bought the dip, took the bounce, took profit, and got out. Maybe I should have taken some larger size. But again, I'm trying to build a cushion on the day. And yeah, so again, I'm trying to build a cushion on the day, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, I mean, you can use Tradevate again on Topstep now. They fixed all the problems. The problem wasn't a Topstep problem. Apex was having the same problems that anybody else was having there. So it's not like it was just Topstep, Cubano. Topstep now lets you use Tradevate. They let you use Bookmap. They let you use Sierra Charts, Quant Tower, Ninja Trader. So yeah, they let you use all the other ones, you know. They let you use all the other ones again. Like they're right back to where they were. It wasn't just Topstep that was having problems. It was Tradevate. It was a Tradevate problem in general, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Ramsey, listen, brother. I'm not saying you were wrong, but you were definitely wrong, dude. You know, just to put this into perspective, Ramsey. Let me show you up. Here's the cue. Okay. You called a market crash. Here. Again, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at where you called it, brother. You called a market crash here, and this is a daily chart. Okay. And so again, it's all love here, brother. If you can take the trolling, you know, it's all good. It's all love. I'm just kind of messing with you, bro. But what I will say is staying too rigid in your predictions usually is what causes traders to lose. You know, I'm not even saying we're going to go up. I don't know. But yeah. Good luck, kind sir. Lucid. Yeah, Lucid's the sketchy one though, man. Or no, was it Lucid? Yeah, but Disney never actually crashed. Disney's up. Disney's at $84 a share. Disney's basically been in the same spot for a long time. Disney's been very flat. Disney's really kind of flat on the year too. It's down a little bit, but yeah, definitely a GOAT rapper of all time ever for sure. You know, top 3. But no, it's all good, brother. It's all good, man. I'm just kind of messing with you. It's okay. As long as you can take it, it's good. ChatGPT cannot pass the CFA exam according to JP Morgan. An AI bot performed insider trading and lied about its actions according to Business Insider. Yeah, so Elon Musk said on Friday, quote, "To be clear, none of my companies will ever create a crypto token," end quote. News at half past the hour. We got import-export prices and trade balance data, but it's not really a big release. Again, we don't really have any big reports earlier this week. It's why we're starting the stream late and kind of hanging out and not really doing too much, is because right now we're just kind of taking it easy. The rest of the week's going to be very busy. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday might not be too busy. Let me see what happens for earnings on Friday. But Wednesday and Thursday this week are definitely busy. Yeah, I don't really see any big stuff Friday either. I know the Wednesday, Thursday of this week are going to be packed. Wait. Okay. Jobless claims Friday. Friday, we got Michigan inflation expectations that we can cover. So we got some stuff here. So yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week are busy. We also have Powell speaking tomorrow at 9:15, and then Powell speaks again Thursday at 2. As well as tomorrow we have earnings for Disney as well as AMC. And then a bunch of other ones too. I think we got Roblox earnings tomorrow morning. If I remember correctly. Yeah, Roblox, Fisker, Under Armour, Biogen tomorrow. So we got some stuff dropping for earnings. You have to stay in a cabin for 1 month. You have food, water, no internet, smartphone, or TV. On the last day, you walk out with 100K. Would you do it? Could I have books? Could I read? If I could read, 100%, dude. Give me that 100K. Done. The other thing is, can I go outside? Like, if I could go outside, you know, if I could go outside and read, easy money. Victoria's Secret changing its business model now. Interesting. Yeah, it depends on if I have books or not. All right, so again, Uber, guys, posted results. Uber's had a nice little run, though. Pretty flat on this report, though. Google up a lot. Again, we can look at the Q, the NASDAQ. Here goes the economic reports, guys. So again, the trade balance data comes out right now. Let's see what it shows. Import-export prices. I don't think it's going to really move the market much, but we can watch the Q. There's the Q. We'll put the SPY up on the right, or on the left, I mean. And we'll see if this trade balance data does anything. All right, here we go. 20 seconds, guys, 20 seconds. Again, trade balance data is expected at minus 59.9 bill. Minus 59.9. We'll see if the market jumps or what on this report. 10 seconds. All right, here we go. And there's the reports. So minus 61.5 billion. So a larger negative than expected. A larger negative than expected for trade balance. All right, so to understand it, trade balance is the difference between imported and exported goods and services over the period. A negative number indicates fewer goods and services were exported than imported, which is a trade deficit, meaning like more stuff is coming in to more stuff is coming in versus going out. And that's a, you know, it might be what the market wants. And it looks like the market's actually reacting positively to this report, maybe because of inflation problems. Like we don't want to. But look at the Q bouncing back. Look at the SPY bounce back on this report. Again, the trade balance data is out. Put this number up on screen. Hey, what's up, Shepard? Roblox is either going to dip or moon. I mean, it's either going to dip or something. You know, moon is never anything that it does. You know, everybody always says moon, stocks are going to moon. Very rarely do they. Just like the mother of all short squeezes has been supposed to happen every year, multiple times a year on AMC, and it just never does. Again, WeWork filing for bankruptcy, man. We got some Fed members speaking today. I've thought about covering them. I just don't think we get enough interest. Gas is cheap. Is it? Gas price is currently at $2.87 a gallon. Hey, that's not bad. That's pretty solid. That's what I'm saying. People saying prices haven't gone down. It's like, bro, of course prices have gone down to a certain extent, and gas prices at the very least have gone down. You know, again, a year and a half ago, gas was like $6 a gallon, $7 a gallon. Yeah, the last time I messed with Roblox, we had that call option. That it was like a $32. It was like a $30 call option. And like this is the reason I hate options. Is that I had a $30 strike price call option, like long option. I was going long, $30 strike price. It broke well over $30, but because of time decay, like it was the last week and a half of the option, right? It broke. It ended up closing. I ended up selling the $30 strike price call option at like $32 for Roblox and still losing like 150 bucks. And so that's why options suck. I've got enough money to just trade shares. I'm going to keep doing it. So we're popping up a little bit here, popping up a little bit. Yeah, so Warren Buffett's selling stocks for 4 straight quarters. Arkansas beat Florida for the first time in school history. Oh yeah, I got my first stripe in jiu-jitsu yesterday. I got my first stripe as a white belt in jiu-jitsu. Yeah, Datadog, honestly, still up, what, 25%? Last time I looked at it, it was. Yeah, so still up roughly, not quite 25%, but it's pretty close. It's almost exactly 25%, actually. 80 to 100 is 25% increase, so it did it. Yeah, Buffett selling is a bad sign because Buffett doesn't really like cash holdings either. Like, he's not a big cash guy. Do you trade CL futures oil? Sometimes. Datadog's still pushing up. So Datadog's still moving up some. Again, we'll see if it actually holds. It's trying. All right, team. All right, team. Let me get rid of this. All right, so again, we got pre-market stuff going on. All right, team. So we are moving up a little bit on the SPY. SPY bouncing right at that 200 EMA volume weighted average price. And you can kind of see why I watched this. All right, if you hear me typing a lot, sorry, I'm writing something here, but the market's moving up. Tech seems to be bouncing up. So here's the SPY. Let's look at the Q. SPY still at 435, man. It's surprising how much the SPY has bounced back. And look at the Q back up on this trade deficit or the trade balance data. E-mini NASDAQ. All right. So again, SPY looking pretty good. Datadog dragging the market up. Google was another one. Where's Tesla at? So I've been watching Tesla. Hey, what's up, Manny? What's up, team? Sorry, just now checking out the chat. All right, guys. So again, we're gonna start day trading on Topstep X. I might put the Q in the Tesla chart on the right side so you guys can see it. And then let me find Topstep X. We had it up. There it is. All right. So far we made a little bit today. So we made a small gains today already. Small gains. You can also trade off the DOM, which is pretty nice. I'm not a big DOM trader, though, so I'm going to get rid of that. Make this a little bit larger. And then fix this here. The cool thing is that it's a web-based platform, too. And so you don't have to download a platform and connect and do all these different things. So we are bouncing up a little bit again. We'll try to look for a little dip and see if we hold in the NASDAQ here. All right, so we just bought one contract at the NASDAQ. Ideally, we want a quick little pop back up. Again, I do like this platform better. All right, there we go. Cut it, $45 in gain. We're up about 70, a little bit under 70, but not bad for 2 trades in a row. Little scalps. I do like the fact that it takes the commission out of it, which is nice. It also you don't have to put in some crazy symbol. It auto picks the NASDAQ, the E-mini. Clove. Clove is a meme stock that ultimately failed a lot. You know, this thing's probably still got a lot of bag holders. The daily chart's not the worst, I mean, but it's very neutral. The weekly chart's horrible, though. I got a feeling the SPY will turn green at the bell. Maybe. Hey, what's up, Tiny? We're actually pretty green on our SPY trade, man, that we held. We're slightly down today. We're down like 30 bucks in stocks today, like 30 bucks. Is it better than Quant Tower? I like it better than Quant Tower currently. I haven't really tried to draw support or resistance, but it looks like it's connected to trading view charts. Is what it looks like. So like if we draw a trend here, and again, I'm just going to draw one. I don't actually see a trend on a 5-minute chart like this, but point is you can draw a trend pretty nicely. You know what I mean? So the trending looks good. I don't know if this is a trend or not. Let me fix that. Let's try to zoom in a little bit. I guess we got a little trend there. Who knows if it's actually going to hold this line? But we'll see. But that's a 5-minute trend, so we're watching that too. Maybe it's up MNT. Yeah, tomorrow with Powell. So Powell is speaking tomorrow. Powell Wednesday, 9:15. So yeah, Powell's going to be doing the opening remarks for something tomorrow. It's going to be at the Division of Research and Statistics Centennial Conference in Washington. All right, so again, you can kind of see the Q, the NASDAQ holding here. Tesla trying to move back. The market definitely looks a little bit stronger here with a very flat day yesterday. AMC actually moving up. The SPY could go green. It just might take a little while. Yeah, so this is Topstep's platform, Topstep X. I have early access to it. I don't think anybody else can use it right now, but I have early access to it. I mean, other partners can, but all right, AMC back over $11. They have earnings tomorrow too, and so that'll be fun. We'll see how well they do for earnings. Yeah, you can kind of see we're starting to push up. If I can squeeze this as tight as we can. There you go, that's a little bit better. All right, so look at this big pop in the Q. Look at the pop in Tesla. Tesla moving up, the Q moving up. Let's look at like NVIDIA. And NVIDIA starting to fight its way back up. NVIDIA is going to be a huge influence, man. NVIDIA is basically right back up. Okay, so yeah, they're allowing 500 testers right now, and there's a wait list to get on. So that's what's going down here. But again, look at the Q pop. So again, we're starting to see some bullish action. We still got 45 minutes until the market opens. Well, the new platform is just a new platform. It's Topstep's native in-house platform, and I like it a lot. There's a couple things I really like a lot. Number one is that I can switch from the NASDAQ to the E-mini very simply here. Like, look, here's the E-mini. I can go back to the NASDAQ. It's very simple. Like, one of the most intimidating things about futures is that, again, one of the more intimidating things about futures is that the symbols that you have to type in and all that stuff, right? But this makes it really simple, really easy. NASDAQ, I can go to crude oil and see what crude is doing. I can go to the Dow. I can go to gold. Gold ripping up, see gold ripping up on a 5-minute chart. I can go to micro, the E-mini or the micro NASDAQ, micro S&P, regular NASDAQ, the Russell. I don't really ever trade the Russell, but we watch it. And but yeah, we mostly stick with the NASDAQ and the S&P. But that makes it really simple. Put the VWAP up on the chart too. I think I can. Yep. I do like this part. Look at the VWAP. It just allows me to enter the VWAP on the chart. That's really nice too. All right, you got a little bounce of the 5-minute chart. Again, we've got a small cushion on the day. Not a huge cushion, but we've got some. And again, that's good because we try to take that cushion and build it into more. You can kind of see the few trades that we've taken here on the bottom. If you look at it, made $30, $40. They take the fees out automatically, which is really nice too. But we got this little trend that we see on a 5-minute chart. I don't know if we're going to stay in this trend, but we're watching that too. To pull it back a little bit, you can see the cube moving down. Tesla is still one that you want to watch. Nvidia is still one you want to watch as well. Yeah, they do have their tilt indicator. Let's see if we can find it. I know I showed it earlier. I know I can add different things. So like if I want to add, I saw their tilt thing earlier. Let me see if I can figure it out where it is. Oh, tilt's right here. So crude oil 53% long. So the tilt displays the aggregated trader sentiment for all Topstep sim traders. Mostly NASDAQ is short versus long. 61% short. The S&P is 56% short, 44% long. Crude oil is mostly green. Gold is very green. Right, but oil's down on the day, so are bonds. Bond yields and oil both down on the day. If you look at like Exxon, you can kind of see the look of that Exxon gapping down on the day. If we put up crude here and we zoom out, here's the day of crude. It started right here, so crude's dipping down. The VWAP, crude's been following the VWAP really closely though. When we compare it to like the NASDAQ just ripped up over the VWAP, an hour or two ago. So. Can you plot standard deviation channels with it? Yeah. So you can see the standard dev. I'm not really a big standard deviation guy, but yeah, you can use it there for sure. Again, Tesla's starting to move at that 219s. Cut a few ticks from the nice little move back to the VWAP on the oil, which made my goal. Hey, congrats. No, it doesn't have whatever the follow one is, Conrad. And again, if you want to check out Topstep, you can join the waiting list for Topstep X right here. So if you want to join the waiting list, check it out right here. It's the way you do it. You see Topstep right there, and you can check out the link. Again, Topstep is originally a funded account program, so they give you a demo and they test your skill. It's a great way for new traders to learn, and if you're good enough, even if you're not new, if you're learning how to trade, you could put the money up yourself and take a lot of risk, or you could try a funded account program and take less risk. And I think in this regard, it's much less risk. You're risking $49 for the base one, and if you're good enough to pass it with that $49, you can get $50K in funding, 90% split. If you're good enough to pass it, if you're not good enough to pass it, you're going to lose less than you probably would putting up the money yourself. You probably would have lost more putting the money up yourself if you lost the combine anyway. And so in that regard, it makes perfect sense for traders to limit some risk when they're first getting started trading. And if you want to check it out, there's the link. But yeah, man, I got my first stripe in jiu-jitsu. I got my first stripe. Pretty excited about it. You know, like I was rolling with somebody and I jumped on an armbar and caught the armbar pretty quickly. I think the coach saw me and was like, it's time to give John a stripe, you know. Dubai looks fun, man. People are talking about penny stocks. Is that market running? I don't know. Survey on bank lending. Hey, thanks, Fred. Yeah, for sure, Tiny. Again, Tiny, use my risk management system if you can. Again, I can't guarantee you're going to make money. Nobody can, of course. NASDAQ still rip it up. Look at the Q back up to basically where that previous high was. But using that risk management system makes perfect sense. It's the right way to do it, in my opinion. Like, using the risk management system, you know, it allows you to take limited risk when you get started. So like you build up a cushion. You can see I'm only up $70 on the day, right? But I'm going to trade very small, take very short-term trades until we have a larger cushion. Once I have a larger cushion, then I can be more loose. I can take larger size. And then if I lose, it's not the end of the world because we already had a cushion prior to losing. So instead of having big drawdowns, we have small losses and we can walk away or we can take another swing or slowly scale back up our size if we build up another cushion. And you rinse and repeat that. That's the way you get funded. You got to just make sure you're trading the right strategies. You know, a lot of traders get really stubborn with strategies where they only trade one strategy and they refuse to bend with it. And you just want to make sure that like you're trading the right strategies because there's some strategies that simply don't work regardless of what people on the internet say, you know, or do. I would say some of the most reliable strategies for new traders, VWAP strategies. I can't guarantee you're going to make money, of course, but VWAP strategies are one. I would say trend strategies. So like, just like I drew this trend out, look at where we bounced, right? So again, if you can learn to see these trends, use a 5-minute chart. 1-minute charts are going to be sketch. But again, look at the bottoms holding on the trend that we drew, you know, and this was after we drew the trend. And so you can kind of see how, if you can identify these trends, you just wait to hit the bottom of the trend. And then if it breaks the trend, you cut it. You know, it's not the end of the world. You have a really easy exit. Those are two of my favorite strategies for new traders. And I think they're just powerful. We'll probably do a video on this, but they could work really well. The Q push it up a lot. Tesla moving up. Nvidia moving up. What's Apple doing? Again, Apple starting to move up too. No, I'm express funded right now. Again, though, I mean, to be honest, like you guys know me, like I have, like my TOS account has, you know, 50, 60,000 in it. You know what I mean? And so I don't necessarily need to get funded, and so I don't spend as much time as others that are really trying to get funded. You know what I mean? But I think funding is useful for everybody. And I think it's a great test of skill to see if you're really ready. You know what I mean? Yeah, strategies take a long time to build, but again, those two strategies I think make a lot of sense. The VWAP strategies, VWAP at 200 EMA has been my go-to lately, but that can vary. But yeah, VWAP and 200 EMA strategies bouncing. Like, look at the NVIDIA chart right now; it's bouncing right off that 200 EMA. Even if you look at the Q here. Inverse head and shoulders around the lows is what I look for. Yeah, those can be powerful. Inverse head and shoulders can work really well. Just takes time, I only go that far most times. Sometimes I open up my risk. It depends on how fast things are moving. Yeah, for sure. Would you film any educational content? Yeah, we do. Again, though, like, I'm different than a lot of other streamers, though, man. Like, again, I don't tell people I'm an expert. I don't claim to be a guru. Like, I know there was other, like, there's a lot of YouTubers who are day trading gurus, and I just don't want to be that. Like, I've always wanted to just be an economy, stock market, futures channel where I'm not promising anything. I'm not guaranteeing profits. I don't claim to be a guru. I don't sell a course. I don't sell stock picks. You know what I mean? We just kind of put everything out there for free, and we just want to cover markets. We've kind of slowly evolved to more of an economy-driven channel at that. So it's like we cover mostly economic reports. That's like my big, like, Jerome Powell streams, FOMC press conferences, CPI, PPI, jobless claims every Thursday. Like, we mostly cover economic reports and earnings is like my top two niches of the channel. So where other people are posting like day trading videos constantly, day trading, that's just not really my style anymore. I think what happens a lot of the time is people tell everybody they're so great at day trading, and they end up just kind of fudging their numbers to keep up with that appearance. And I would rather just tell everybody, yo, I'm not claiming to be anything. I'm not claiming to be some great, super profitable trader. I'm not claiming to be anything. I would rather just give people free stuff. Again, a lot of my investing portfolio is very large right now. So like, I invest a lot too, Yeah. I mean, that's really what we do is we cover the news. All right, so again, we're still in this trend, though. Look at the trend we drew here. So look at that trend, holding the trend really well. Yeah, the tilt is based off of the express traders. Has anybody ever tried to use Hedge Eye? I'm looking at it now. Trend is your friend until it bends. Yeah, for sure. All right, so we get still in this trend on the Q. We're watching that the most right now. We've been in a very obvious trend over the last, really the last few hours, from 6 to 8 my time. So from 7 to 9 market time. Still got like 25 minutes until the market opens. All right, guys. So again, Tesla still technically red. And Tesla actually is one of the stocks that dropped the most. Yesterday, Tesla had a pretty big pullback, but Tesla's still up so much already that it still was okay. It wasn't the best day for markets. It wasn't the worst day yesterday. Mostly pretty flat day. Nvidia kind of has been helping prop the market up with how crazy it's been lately. So Nvidia had big moves on the upside over the last like week or two. And again, that's been one of the stocks that drug the market up over the last year was Nvidia. And so Nvidia is still at 450s, almost 460s right now. So it's gone from 400s to 460s. So it's up like over 10%. All right, so I got a little pullback here in the queue. Let's watch that 369.50 level in the queue, and we can watch the previous high level right here on the NASDAQ, which is like 15.25. Again, we got a little dip. WeWork is officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. It was once valued at $47 billion. You know, and the crazy part about all of this about WeWork, you know, if you've been watching the WeWork disaster, Adam Neumann is still a billionaire. You know. All right, so we're looking at the CNBC article, how much Adam Neumann made before its bankruptcy. Neumann received payments of around $770 million as part of the SPAC proceedings and retained now worthless stock worth $722 million. So it was worth $47 billion in January of 2019 for WeWork. WeWork was worth about $45 million now. Yeah, there's a documentary on WeWork about how like it doesn't really have a business model. Neumann stepped down as CEO in September 2019 after critics noticed questionable self-dealings in the company's IPO. Yeah, so this dude's still super rich from WeWork. Interesting though, interesting story, I would say. Google bullish from Datadog. Yeah, Google's up, and again, I'm in Google right now, so that's good. I'm for it. Keep pushing up Google. Yeah, what about penny stocks running? See, the problem is there's no freaking edge here, bro. Like, okay, tell me if y'all see an edge. I'm going to put up the stock chart real quick. right? But tell me if y'all see an edge in this at all. Like in BTAI. People are saying, oh, BTAI. Where are you going to buy this? Like literally, where are you going to buy this? Like are people trying to act like you should buy it here when there's zero liquidity? You know, like you're going to buy it after one little dip in volume to take advantage of this. You literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes of bullish action before a huge crash down. 7 minutes of edge, right? Who is arguing like for pity stocks? You know what I mean? Like who's arguing for pity stocks? Like you're not going to really be able to short this because it's going to be very difficult to borrow shares to short it. So it's like, how are you going to make money on this? Like on the long side, at least. Well, obviously there's short potential, but how are you going to make money on this? Where's the edge? Because I don't see any good setup that leads you to buy here, buy here. There's no volume before this. That would be incredibly risky. The slippage is going to destroy any profits you make. Like that's my problem is that when you look at a lot of these penny stocks where people are talking about like, yeah, you know, I called this. It's like, called what? Like it pushed up big for like 7 minutes and then it crashed down. Like what edge is there in that? I don't see many. What is that noise? Hold on, guys. All right, I'm back. Sorry, my son's playing the drums is what it is. Just get it right every single time. It's literally free money. Yeah, 100%. Pfizer to lay off 781 employees. Wow. All right, guys. Again, we are on Topstep X platform, the Topstep X platform. Social media is hilarious. All right, guys. Hey, we got 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Clover Health now holds $700 million in cash with a market cap of $540 million and a 12% year-over-year growth, along with increasing operating cash for 3 out of 4 years. Somehow the stock dropped again. My son's playing the drums. Let me see if I can find this. Hold on. Okay. Clover Health is a pump and dump. You know, this thing was pumped up in 2021 with a lot of other stocks. Went all the way up to $28.85 in a day and went all the way back down to about $15. Dropped 50% basically in a day after getting pumped up crazy amounts. And generally speaking, when that happens, it's usually pretty bad news for this company overall. Again, a lot of people are asking me to cover Clove. It's just not a big enough company. Sales missed expectations. Adjusted EBITDA outlook went down much more relative to the last one. They revised their 2023 adjusted EBITDA outlook, which is earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. They revised it to going down $55 million Or they revised it from 55 to 80, from 70 to 120. They came in lower than expected for insurance revenue guidance for the fiscal year of 23. So lower than expected for guidance numbers as well. That's why they're down, is because they had worse guidance. They missed sales. I don't even see what their EPS was. Very obvious why they're down. But the problem is, like, people invest in these. Listen, guys, do not invest in mid caps and penny stocks. They're terrible companies. Like, they're not going to get you rich. Like, again, you got to think about the Wolf of Wall Street. In the Wolf of Wall Street, what did they say about pink sheets? Which is not, CLOV is technically not a pink sheet, but it might as well be. What do they say? They say they're selling garbage to garbage men. Okay, how did they sell people into these stocks? They told them that they were going to get rich, that you're going to pay your mortgage with a mere $3,000 investment. You see very similar parallels in penny stocks like CLOV. Very similar parallels. You got a large following, a large group of traders that follow it because they're stuck, because they invested way more a long time ago and they're stuck, right? So if you're down huge in a penny stock, you're going to go around telling everybody what a great company it is. But the problem is that these companies fail. Like, these are not big companies. They fail very often. And investors, like, again, most of the time it's rookie retail investors that are left holding the bag when they fail. You know what I mean? And so just be smart. Like, listen, understand, don't waste your money trying to get rich in crap, because that's what happens. People waste their money trying to get rich and nonsense and terrible companies that have no business being listed. Yeah, my computer's lagging, and there it goes, it's back. Looks like this one's working fine. Let me see. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Yeah, Chrome is just frozen right now for me. Can y'all hear me right now? Ugh. Exit out of some stuff here. My bad, guys. My computer very rarely does this. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. Yeah, we're here. I don't know what happened to my computer or like anything like that. Very strange. Like, the whole thing just kind of reset, but at least we're back. I have to pull Topstep X up again. It still thinks I'm logged in on the other one, which is odd, but it's all good. Tesla's starting to bounce back up a little bit. There we go. Now it's working again. All right, we're back. Yeah, y'all can hear my son playing. My son's getting kind of good at the drums. At least he's getting good at something. There we go. Anyways, I hope you guys heard my penny stock rant before all this stuff gave out. You know what I mean? I hope because it's important for traders to understand, dude. I see so many people, bro. Like, I've seen it happen so much, dude. The amount of people that I've seen come to my stream and tell me that these penny stocks are really just manipulated and hated on. Look at the Q ripping up, NASDAQ plopping up. The amount of people that come to my stream and tell me that their penny stock is different. Like there's so much manipulation that happens with these, like, so much, man. Like, there's so much manipulation. Like, people get manipulated so much into buying these companies, and they just lose so much money investing. And I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen anybody queue up over 370s, making a big bounce. So the market started bouncing, Nvidia started bounce as well. Again, I don't think I've seen anybody come to my channel and pump a penny stock and then have that penny stock actually work out for them, ever. You know, again, if y'all want to name me some. Yeah, the Wolf of Wall Street took advantage of people. Yeah, I like Topstep X for sure. Let me get the music playing here. Yeah, I don't know what was going on. Maybe I left too many windows up on my computer. Y'all hear my son playing the drums? I'm sure y'all can. It's kind of loud. He's getting pretty good though. Like, he's playing it well. Yeah. Let me make sure this is the real Topstep before I check it. You want to know how I know my computers are struggling? Hey, thanks so much, Topstep. We appreciate it. Thanks so much. Yeah, sorry. My son's out here playing the drums right now. He's getting kind of good. NVIDIA ripping up at 457s. But no, yeah, Topstep, I appreciate you stopping by. Topstep's really useful, Topstep X specifically, because again, one of the more intimidating parts of futures, I talked about this earlier, but one of the more intimidating parts of futures is that picking symbols, so to put it into perspective, every quarter, your futures contract expires, right? And a lot of the time the contracts can have really big names. Like the current contract is, like if it's the E-mini, it's ESZ3. ESZ3. But those names can be really intimidating, like really difficult to pay attention to and to remember. And I think that discourages people from trading futures. Topstep X makes it really simple. You can go up to the top, you can click oil. Boom, you got oil. You can click Dow. You can trade the Dow. You can pick gold. The micro NASDAQ, the micro E-mini, the regular NASDAQ, which is my personal favorite. The regular Russell, the regular E-mini, and it just makes it really simple. It's just less intimidating. We've also been looking at the tilt factor a lot, and the tilt factor again shows kind of sentiment. Sentiment's important, and so you can see most people are long on the NASDAQ now. Again, you can kind of see what it says though. It says the tilt displays the aggregated trader sentiment analysis for all Topstep traders. This data is for entertainment purposes, of course. Yeah, you can't. You don't want to let this be your end all be all. You want to use charts and everything else, but definitely a beneficial thing. Gold, mostly short. It's probably because gold ripped up so much on that trade balance data, I'm assuming here. Like trade balance data came out and gold ripped up. And so I think as things start to get higher and higher, people start to get more short on it. Yeah, as extension plays more of a factor, and then as things get lower and lower, like as the NASDAQ was pushing up here, you can see most people are short 57%, because it's just pushing up so much in a short period. You can see the Q, which is the NASDAQ ETF, ripping up. Tesla just went technically green on the day too, and that's going to drag a lot of these up. Tesla is a heavily weighted stock, and so that's going to drag stuff up too. What account do I need to trade futures? So Topstep is what I'm trading on. Again, if you've never traded them, I definitely think Topstep's funded account program is going to be useful, because if you put the money up yourself, you're taking a lot of risk, unnecessary risk as well. Because if you're good enough to pass it, you still keep 90% once you're funded, right? So it's basically very similar to putting up the money yourself, regardless of that. But if you lose, you're going to lose much less on Topstep. And most day traders lose. It doesn't matter whether they're on Topstep or whether they're on Thinkorswim. Most day traders lose money. And so you can either put the money up yourself and take large risks as a new trader, or you can take a much smaller risk and then still get a lot of the rewards for it with something like Topstep. And I think in that regard, it makes perfect sense. Again, if you want to check it out, I'll post the link. Great way to help support your boy here. They're only allowing 500 early access traders to Topstep X. And luckily, since I'm a partner, I'm one of them. But so far, I love it. It's really nice. You can see the charts are by TradingView. They're TradingView charts. And so anybody that's familiar with TradingView, these are their charts. Very nice charts, very good indicators. They have a lot of indicators. And so if you put this up here, for instance, right, you can kind of draw this trend on a 5-minute chart. It just makes it really easy, I think. Tesla ripping up too, man. Look at the NASDAQ. Am I green yet on my stock? Oh, I'm actually green on my equities. That's nice. Microsoft is really the one that's helping. Same thing with Google. Google's helping me out a lot today as well. We don't really have a timer. It's a web app, green. So, and I think they don't have a mobile application yet, but I think that's coming pretty soon. So they don't have a mobile application yet, but again, I'm pretty sure that's coming soon. can't type right now. There we go. All right. All right, guys, getting a little bit closer to the opening bell. Hey, all good, Green. What's up, Abe? Things are good, man. Things are good. Slow week for the first couple days. Tomorrow, things pop off with Powell. We got Powell, Disney earnings, AMC earnings, and then Thursday we got Powell again. Then we got jobless claims on Thursday. We got a lot of economic reports coming out. So, you guys know my stream's a little quiet when there's not any economic reports, but it pops off when economic stuff comes out, which is going to be for the rest of this week. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are going to be busy. See, y'all really can't hear my son play drums. Again, equity's slightly green right now. The Q's still following this trend pretty closely, though. So the Q's still following the trend really well. Not at all. Okay, I guess that's good. You can't hear him. Ooh, man. So it looks like for breakfast, I'm going to eat brisket. All right, team. Hey, we got 3 minutes. 3 little baby minutes. Tesla up to almost 220. The Q up to 370s. What's up, Abe? Yeah, looking at our votes, 56% of you guys think we're going to end green this week. 44% think red. I don't know, man. I think we're a little extended on the upside. I think we also have Powell speaking a couple times, and historically Powell hasn't been the best thing for markets, but it's certainly arguable whether we're going to be green or red. Again, Powell speaks tomorrow and Thursday. Jobless claims tomorrow, or jobless claims Thursday. We got AMC and Disney earnings. Nothing's really going to influence the market except for maybe Disney to a certain extent. But yeah. All right, guys, here's the opening bell. Here we go. You know, what's really cool, though, what feels really good, I'll put it this way. And again, I know we only have like 350 people here. So this is, again, during economic reports, like we'll have over 1,000 here tomorrow when Powell speaks. And so it feels really good to, like, you start day trading and you start trading in general, and you have like these different gurus that you watch when you first get started. What feels really good is like eventually passing them up and doing better, and having more eyes on you than them. And that feels really good. You know, took a long time to build, but I'm trying to be positive right now. Again, my son's got stuff going on, man. It's been a freaking stressful couple months, dude. Son basically not going to school now. He's having to do distance learning from home. 30 seconds, guys, 30 seconds. And so yeah, just got a lot of stresses right now. And so we're gonna keep it short and sweet after the opening bell today. We're not gonna take it too long. I find mega cap stocks trade better. Name some mega cap stocks, Justin, just so I can see what you mean. You mean like Apple, Tesla, Amazon, Google? All right, so here's the opening bell, guys. So there's the opening bell. We're watching the NASDAQ very closely on a 5-minute chart. We might also put another chart up. Yeah, all good, Abe. Yeah, for sure, Rig. Yeah, I mean, Matt, again, Apple, Amazon, I don't know. I think it depends. Everybody likes different systems and strategies. If you're going to trade large cap stocks, you got to just find the ones that have the biggest volume and attack those. Those are going to be the ones that, you know, high volume is going to mean patterns play out. All right, so Tesla ripping up at the open. The Q pushing up too. You can see the NASDAQ up to almost 15.3. Yeah, for sure. All right, so NASDAQ pushing up. NASDAQ up to 370.50s here, 370.50s. I'm looking at the SPY as well. Watching gold pop up a little bit too, but SPY dipping down a little bit at the open while the Q moved up. Now the Q's starting to reverse. Look at Tesla start to turn too. You also should watch NVIDIA. I think NVIDIA is going to be a big influence. Again, I'm going to let the first opening bell play out, let the first 5 minutes play, and then maybe trade some more afterwards. Rack. All right, I'll call you Rack. That's fine. Yeah, what's up, Tessie? Man, I totally get it with your son. I'm at the point of leaving my job to help with my son. That's the main reason I started. Yeah, I don't mean to talk about it so much on stream. It really is just a huge stressor in both my wife and I's life. He's a very smart kid, and that's that's the hardest part about it, is that he's like super smart, scored high on IQ tests, just kind of in his head too much. I guess, again, I've always said it before, but I think sometimes really smart people are, I'm not going to say crazy, but like, you know, less social for sure. And he's one of those kids. I mean, he's social, but he takes everything so personally, you know. Like if people he doesn't know don't want to sit by him, then he's like hurt by it. And, you know, it's hard to watch. Anyways, Q pull it down a little bit. So again, we'll see if we break underneath this trend right here. Can I also start trading? Any tips? Tips, or try a funded account program in the beginning, or trade very small. If you don't, take it slow. Understand that you're not going to be able to mimic the gurus in the very beginning, and the more you try, the more you lose. So take it slow, trade small size. Don't push too hard when you're learning, and really paper trade as much as you can. Use a funded account program. But again, I'm biased because they're a sponsor of mine, Topstep. But again, funded account programs are very useful. Topstep specifically. All right, so we're back down to the bottom of the trend. The Q is broken all the way down under 370, under the VWAP here. Tesla has gone red on the day slightly. NVIDIA is right above the previous closing price. They're technically green on the day, technically green, but not much. It's a little bit too early for me to trade as well. I'm trying to watch the large cap stocks. I see NVIDIA start to break as well. NVIDIA starting to break down too. Well, yeah, he wants to fit in, but again, his problem is that, again, my wife and I describe it as that, like, he has no resilience or grit. Like, one little thing goes wrong, and he just, just refuses to move afterwards. Yeah, so we broke that under trend line. I'll look for a little bounce back and then maybe short if we get an opportunity. I see Nvidia starting to pop back. I need a little bounce here, though, on a 5-minute chart before I really start to get some good results. I don't know if we're going to get it. All right, we'll take one short here. Oh, no. I got to switch to market. There we go. We'll take one short here. It is the NASDAQ, so it does move quickly. All right, so we just locked in another $50 in gains, right around 50. I'm not sure how much exactly we made. $80. Nice little $80 profit on this range break. Quick little bounce back up and everything here. I'm going to short into that previous trend right here. And we have a cushion, so we should have some room. Flat on the day right now. Completely flat. Green now. Slightly green. All right, so we just made another little $20. It was just moving so quickly, and I wanted to get out of it as fast as we could. I'm going to short a little bit more now. All right, just made another 60. Scalping this. We're up over 200 on the day. We got a nice little cushion scalping. No red trades yet. Again, you can kind of see my actual entries here. If you want to see my actual trades, you can see them right there. So, nice little built up profit. Here's the rejection that we were looking for. So we probably could have held it a little bit longer, but it's all good. How much I make or lose varies. Anonymous. So it depends. So we did get that breakdown. A little bit of FOMO because I wanted to take a little bit more from it, but it's all good. Nice, so we did break down. We're at 15.2s. I am 14. Should I try trading because I want to become rich? I have no idea. Ask your parents, brother. I'm not going to. If you're 14, I'm not going to give you any advice whatsoever. Ask your parents, sir. Yeah, I have no idea what you should do. Not investment professional. Not liable if you lose. Don't sue me. All right, we're starting to bounce up a little bit here. When I can enter trade Central Standard Time for Topstep, all it says is that it needs to close by 3 p.m. Yeah, well, 3 p.m. Central Time, I'm pretty sure, which is the closing bell. I'm pretty sure you just need to close by the closing bell. It's a day trading combine, so you should only be doing it until the closing bell. You can't trade in pre-market. You can't trade in after hours. All right, so again, we caught the range break that we drew. We drew this range, and then we waited for the range to break, and then we shorted it and made money on the NASDAQ. Got a nice little cushion that I could probably trade with. I'm going to short. Bad fill there here, to be honest. So we're in short in the NASDAQ. Right around flat. There we go. What? All right, so we break it down nicely. We should be up a lot. I'm going to cover that and see if it profited me from that. It should have. Okay, yeah, it made money. Okay, good. So, yeah, we're up 250 on the day. I was about to say, yeah, so the P&L just glitched a little bit, but it's all good. It's still early access, so they're probably going to clean a lot of that up. Again, no losing trades yet. Small little scalps, but you can kind of see we slowly build up a cushion. Yeah, I mean, anonymous, no offense, man. You sound 14, brother. I would ask your parents, dude. All right, so Q moving up a little bit. We might prepare to short a little bit more now. A short. All right, we're short. Up 10. Like a little bit more. See if we flush down. Lock that in. So just made another 50. We're up over 300 now on the day, including fees, which is nice. So again, just kind of scalp it away here. Again, I'm going to keep it really short today, guys. So I'm probably just going to go bow out of this. We had a pretty good opening trades where in the first 10 minutes, we're up over 300 bucks. I think I'm just going to close it down for the day. Again, so check out Topstep. This is Topstep X, their new platform. I'm one of the early access guys, so I got access to it a little bit early. We're going to be back trading on there tomorrow. Tomorrow, we also have POW in the morning, Disney in the evening earnings, that is Disney earnings in the evening, AMC earnings in the evening. Thursday, we've got jobless claims, and then we got Powell again at 2 p.m. And then Friday, we got inflation expectations. So a lot of stuff dropping here today, guys. Scalping pretty favorably today. You can see my profit on the day. We are up $301. So I will take that. Again, check out Topstep. It's a funded program in futures. You can check out the link in the description. Great way to help support your boy here and support this channel. Thanks so much. And again, great way to learn how to trade with less risk, in my opinion. You know, and I think when you're learning to trade, that's the right move, is learning how to trade with less risk and using a funded account program. And you see me, I'm basically day trading the Q. It's the NASDAQ, but it's basically the Q. Again, another one of my sponsors is called Chart Prime. Trading view indicator service. You can use it stocks, crypto, forex, futures. I want to bring attention to two things here. These are the two indicators that work today, and we can see how accurate they were today alone, right? So number one, the reversal indicator was freaking 5 for 5 today. When we look at this here, again, reversal indicator, reversal down, drop, reversal up, bounce, reversal down, drop, reversal down, drop, reversal up, bounce. So again, 5 for 5 on the reversal indicators for Chart Prime, which you can use in stocks, crypto, forex, futures. I love using it with these funded account programs as well. You can also see, my favorite way to use this is when you get an engulfing candle and a reversal signal that shows up at one time. So when you get a reversal signal and an engulfing candle that shows up all at once, let me show you what I mean by that. If you look at this here, you got the bullish engulfing reversal signal right on top of each other. Backtest this yourself. I challenge you to backtest this yourself. Beautiful upward movement. Same thing right here. Where'd it go? All right, maybe we didn't see another one today, but beautiful signals there. Beautiful signals. Again, if you keep scrolling back, you'll see that that's pretty accurate. If you scroll out, when they're right on top of each other, very high accuracy rate. In my opinion, I can't guarantee you're going to make money. Nobody can. You can also put up the Market Oracle Pro, which is these buy and sell signals. And if you look at these guys, these are pretty legit as well. Like, look at short-term action here. This is a 5-minute chart. So sell signal, beautiful drops. Buy signal here, beautiful bounce. Sell signal, beautiful drops. Buy signal, beautiful bounce. Sell signal, nice drops. Buy signal, bounce. Sell signal, drops. This one might not have worked. Sell signal, drops. This one might not have worked as well, but sell signal worked. Buy signal, bounce. Sell signal worked. Strong buy signal, bounce. Sell signal worked. So literally what? 2 out of, let's count, 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 2 out of 15 didn't work on the Market Oracle Pro. Again, you can use, there's so much other stuff that you can use from them. And again, I'll post the link here if you want to check them out. You can put up chart patterns and look at like wedges and flags and like all these different things. Like you kind of see flags show up on the chart. You can kind of see when we break out of them and all this cool stuff. Chart Prime. Check them out. I'll put the link up here as well. Market's starting to reverse. And so hopefully my equities portfolio will reverse here. But again, we're going to keep it short and sweet today for these streams. We're going to be back tomorrow bright and early with Powell in the morning with some earnings tomorrow as well. And so I'll see you guys later. Y'all be safe. Be good. And yeah, good luck. If you want to check out Chart Prime, link is in the description. You want to check out Topstep, link is in the description. And again, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Good luck.